Howdy, folks. Welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. First off, I got to give a shout out to Audrey, who made a gift for me to do this song of Joe Nichols. And secondly, I got to give a shout out to Joe Nichols and Razorback Nation, because Joe Nichols is from Rogers, Arkansas, but I know he's a big Razorback fan because I've actually spoken with Joe and texted a couple of times anyway. But huge Razorback fan, and I'm a fan of the Razorback fans. My buddy Mike, my surrogate daughters went to U of A, the whole 9 yards, and they were very kind. My Rutgers Scarlet Knights went down there about 10 years ago to play in Reynolds Stadium to play against the Razorbacks, and then the Razorbacks came back to Piscataway, New Jersey the following year. And I probably shouldn't say this in case Joe's watching, but Rutgers won both games, and the SEC did not like that. Anyway, Joe Nichols' song, Man with a Memory. And Joe is legit. Like, he is a legitimate traditional country artist. And he's got some pop stuff out there, but there's always traditional country sensibilities within even those songs. But Joe just is the real deal when it comes to country. So I'm really happy to be doing this. So Audrey, thank you again. And let's see. Man with a Memory. And I've studied memory and human memory and cognition and such on a certain level. And we'll see how much he brings into that. It's got easy listening, almost R&B feel.
Old Johnny's got a heart of gold. Ask anyone around here. But some nights his eyes are far away and filled with tears. Sweet Mary Lou's just as good as they come, with a weakness for all the wrong men.
Oh.
From the look on her face tonight, she's been wrong again.
Jesus, that's like a contradiction of thought. Jesus, what did he say? Good as they come or sweet as they come? But then she's out sleeping around with other guys. Sounds that way.
Bartender's thinking to himself as he rubs his towel around a glass. Now there's a man with a memory. There's a woman with a past. Lost souls on life's highway.
Interesting
Forever
backing.
looking back. When you're living for the love, and the love doesn't last, you get a man with a memory, a woman with a past. Bartender turns the TV down, cranks that old jukebox up, carefully selects which buttons to push for what each song does. A C23 after J19, it's a tonic for a broken heart. A little stardust in the mix, it's a fine, fine art. Dim the lights a notch or two, the next round is on the house. For the man with a memory and the woman with a past.
That's a
Lost souls
memory.
on life's highway, forever looking back. When you're living for the love, and the love doesn't last, you get a man with a memory, a woman with a past. Oh, we've all got something
this gets
Now
resolved if
and
it
then
does.
you get the chance to help the lost get found.
Okay. We're on our way.
Stacking chairs and sweeping up, he can't help a little smile, thinking about the man with a memory and the woman with a past. Lost souls on life's highway, ever looking back. When you're living for the love and the love doesn't last, you get a man with a memory, a woman with a past. You get a man with a memory, a woman with a past.
That synth is very 70s like the Brothers Johnson. Almost sounds like a xylophone thingy. So we got a long fade here. I wonder if Joe produced this. All right. So one thing I'm not clear about, and it was in the song, but the way songs and narratives are developed, lyrics are developed, and the narratives, you can get lost a little bit on one listen. But in the beginning, I had the impression that the woman who's out sleeping around and the man were an item beyond just a one-night stand. But as the song developed, I'm not quite sure. It sure sounds like this girl is almost like a truck stop girl sleeping around. But this guy wouldn't be at the bar pining over this woman in some level, and the bar so much so that the bartender noticed it and even knew what it was about. So it's more than just a story of a guy who is out drinking his blues away. Because it's told essentially from the bartender standpoint. I love that detail. These are the types of things that when you realize that there was nothing on the page, and that detail about the bartender, what do you say, wraps his towel around the glass, and you could see it. That sets kind of like, it makes you see the setting for the song. It's one of those details that you don't realize it's a grounding detail, because we can all envision, we've all seen it. At some point, we've all been in a bar and we've seen the bartender wash a glass and do this. Or if you were never a drinker, but you've watched movies, it's always featured in movies where the bartender's talking with someone and he's cleaning up the bar, or she's cleaning up the bar, wash a glass, and towel around it to dry the glass off. But that tells you it's being told from it doesn't exclusively tell you that, but as the story unfolded, then the bartender goes and plays songs appropriate for this guy's mood, maybe to help him heal, because his woman is out doing wrong. So she's not just a truck stop girl. They were an item. Yeah, I think I'm pretty right on that. But I will say that, I'm an advocate for backing vocals in more songs. Like, some artists I'll hear, I'm like, why don't they ever bring in backing? Male, female, it doesn't matter. Just for certain snippets of the chorus or whatever. The producers are very good frequently at inserting backing vocals into a song at a right moment. This is one of those songs I don't think Joe needed a backing vocalist. I think it would have been better without. And it's not to knock the backing vocalist. I think that I don't think there was a sense of unity in the narrative of the song. So I didn't think we needed it in the structure of the song and the production of the song, where you bring in, when you have the backing vocalist or vocalists, it adds a sense of society to it. It was just an interesting choice to bring in a backing female on this. I don't think it needed it. Joe can carry a song. There are a lot of A-listers that cannot sing a ballad. Joe can sing a ballad. Joe's always been able to sing a ballad. There's just something very believable and trustworthy in his voice, and the way he just stays in the pocket when he sings. And just as a side note, Joe, if you happen to see this, I don't know if you're lamenting the passing of the main board, but I miss it. Anyway, that's just an aside because it popped into my head. But Audrey, I'm going to rate this song. Very interesting choice. Now, I don't know if you've told in the comments where you live. I don't know if you're an Arkansas girl yourself, but it's not hard. I mean, Joe's a good-looking dude. He's a cool dude. He's a fun dude. I mean, I'm sure there are many, 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 many women out there that have a crush on Joe. And not to say that you do, but obviously you like his music to choose this song. I'm going to rate this song, and the number that immediately popped into my head was an 8.8. And I'm a huge Joe Nichols fan. Absolutely. Love. I mean, I don't know if there's a song I don't like by Joe, right? Usually an artist like, I grew up on rocks, like even Zeppelin and Skinner and so on. They all have like one song that's like, oh, geez, what were they thinking on that one? Joe doesn't have that. Every song of his is either good or really good. And this was good. So, but it was sort of like easy listening 70s feel. So there you go, guys. All right, Audrey, thank you again. Have a great day. Woo pig suey. Keep rocking the country.